ಹಲೋ. ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ.
ಹಾ ಹಾ
ಹಲೋ. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಹಲೋ. ಹಾ, 2 ನಿಮಿಷ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮದನ್ ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಬರ್ಬೇಕು, ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಂದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ
ಓಕೆ
ಸಾಕು.
ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Ma'am, I think you can start the class, ma'am. I think Banu will come later. Hello.
Hello, hi Prabha. Actually, I was in a remote desktop, so jumping to this one, it will take little time. Yeah, so
Okay,
okay.
okay,
So
okay. Yeah, ma'am.
yesterday, someone asked me to join 8 to 9 batch, right?
Actually, I told ma'am, but in group, Rakshit sir once again put it into 8:30, so we were waiting for 8:30 only.
Is it because you said 8 o'clock? No, so I was
Yeah,
waiting
yeah,
from
I
eight
had my
o'clock.
shift. Oh shit. Okay.
No, no, that's okay, no problem. You're
Fine,
okay,
fine,
right?
ma'am.
Or because you have to
Yeah, I'm
jump to
okay. No,
8:30,
no, no,
you said
nothing,
you have
nothing,
some
anything.
other shift.
No, no, fine. The thing is that however, we are getting a record session. No issue with that.
Uh-huh. Okay,
Fine, no
then
issue.
fine, no
But
problem.
the thing what, no, ma'am, like
Hmm,
after we want record session, otherwise we can't practice only.
correct.
When we do the practice, okay, by seeing the record session, when we go through, okay, fine, everything goes in normal way. When we sit and do it, it will something or the other thing will
No,
happen.
it happens always. It happens
That's
like that
all.
only.
Like,
So you try 2 to 3 times. Okay, third or fourth time
okay.
you'll get it. So practice is like that only always. 1 or 2 times it
Yeah.
will not work. At least 5 to 6 times you keep trying the same step. You'll get. Then
Okay.
it will get memorized.
Yeah, till PR it's okay, ma'am. After that, when I sit myself and do it, something or other thing will. That's what.
No problem. You keep practicing.
Okay.
You'll get it. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
Okay.
practice slowly. When you
Uh-huh.
do slowly only, then you'll capture each step, so that you'll never
Exactly.
forget.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay then. Shall I start?
Yeah, ma'am. Banu will join in between our class, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I think I'm going to switch back to the remote desktop now. Okay.
Fine, fine.
Let
Okay.
me share my screen first.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's log into remote desktop. Okay. Um, so I was trying to do for our 3101 company code and purchase org. Unfortunately, I was not able to, because before taking a class, I need to see if the settings, everything is correctly maintained. So while doing that, I found some lot of finance related error. So I have sent those error to Rakshit sir. Is working on that, because if we don't have to wait until that issue get resolved. Okay, so that's why I thought if something else is already created for that particular process, so we can use that reference. So I saw this PO was already created for the subcontracting order. Okay, so without any error, I see they have already created the GR and IR also. So there's no problem in this company code and purchase order. So we can make use of this one. Okay. Okay. So now coming back to the process, today we will learn. So last class, did you able to practice that um, standard purchase order? You were able to create it for the pending order.
Yeah, ma'am. After seeing your, that's what, like, after seeing your video, okay, it's fine. But after that, we got stuck, ma'am. That's what.
Okay, no problem. Try to do it tomorrow again. Okay. So
Okay, okay.
now on that process, we have learned standard order. Today we are going to learn the subcontracting order. So what is subcontracting order? So subcontracting order. So what is subcontracting order? Subcontract order is something like what we said, to do some job work. If you have something and you want something to be bent in some shapes or something, you will send a raw material to the job work supply. That is a third party. Okay, where he'll have that machine, he can do the job work for you. So you send the raw material and he will cut that, like for example in your case you'll send a sheet as a raw material, means a steel sheet, you'll send it and you wanted some square shape. And once you send to them, what you will do, he has that machine where he can cut that steel sheet into different shapes. Okay, that is what job work. So that is called subcontracting order. So in real time we will have that, but in SAP, as there is lot of different big company are using it, they want to capture each and everything, right? The cost and other details. For that, this kind of step also available in the SAP side. So that is called the subcontracting order. For subcontracting order, as the in the standard order, as I said, pre-request. Okay, pre-request is we should have material, vendor, purchase info record, source list. Okay, all this is a mandatory step which has to be maintained. Only then you can create the PO and the GR. So after that you can create PO, GR and IR. So PO means purchase order, GR means goods receipt, IR means invoice receipt. Okay, so now let's see, which is almost similar process like what we have seen in the standard order. Almost the pre-request or the order steps, everything is same. So there is slight changes. I'll let you know during the session. Okay, now for the subcontracting order, we have to have the vendor. So let's see, for the vendor, we will take this vendor for now. As you know, the steps to create the purchase vendor code. So for now, we'll use this vendor and purchase info record. So you know how to create the purchase info record. So we will take this existing purchase info record. You can also practice again to create the purchase info record. So let's take this source list. So source list is nothing but the combination of vendor, material and plant. So we will check later whether the source list is already maintained. Let's open now. ME01. Then I'll go and check for this combination. Source list is maintained. This is the material. And the plant is, this is some existing order. Okay. So we are just using that for a reference to create our order, because 0001 company code and purchase order has some setting missing. Okay, so it's not there. So let's create that. Source list for today. Supplier 303. Purchase org. Purchase org will be here. KR5, KR5. That's it. Save it. So this is also done. Source list also done. And purchase info record. As you see, it is already there. If I just double click on this, you'll get it. So with this material, supplier, and purchase org and plant combination, it is already exist. Okay, and the price is also already maintained. See, 10 is the price which is already exist. So go back. You know how to create purchase info record, right? M11.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the same thing. So purchase info record also created, but only thing is item category. You see, the item category will be subcontracting, which I showed, right? So let's go to ME12. The same purchase org. Here, this has to be selected. Whereas in a standard, you selected standard purchase order. But in case of subcontracting, this option should be selected. Then you have to create the purchase org. So this purchase order which was already exists, the same setup. Only the item category should be selected as a subcontracting. That's it. Otherwise, everything like how we created for the standard. So I'll just save it. Just I'll change this to 2 and I'll just save it. Okay, done. So this is a subcontracting order has been exist. Now going back to the next one. Material. Okay, so material we need. So here the change is, if you go back, ME23N, I'll open that same PO. Oh, did I lose that PO? No. Okay. This is the PO. So material number is different. See, this is a finished material number. The purchase order, what you will be creating is for the finished material. But you have to send the raw material to the supplier so that he will provide the finished, he'll consume that raw material and he will provide you the finished product. Like however you want, he will provide you the finished product. So while sending, coming back from job work to the our production plant again, it will be called as a finished product. When it while going raw material, we have to send to him. So his job is only to do the shapes and other things. He will not, get his own raw material. Whatever the raw material we want, for example, we need to produce something in our company, okay, and but that particular shape for that particular product is not available, so but that is something to be done by the third party. So only almost everything is ready, but only that small part has to be attached to that. For that, we will be sending our raw material to the job work and he will complete and send it. As soon as it comes back to us, we will just attach that to the finished product. So it is kind of whatever it comes is not a raw material. He has already consumed the raw material. Now we are making use that more material to our finished product. So that is called finished product. So what are the purchase group you will be creating? It's for the finished product. Okay, as well as the purchasing, this is also one of the interview question, for which, uh, whether you will be creating a purchase info record for the uh, raw material or a finished product. Then you have to tell we will be creating for the finished product. Even the purchase info record and the purchase order will be created for the finished product. Only the raw material will be used as a components. Whatever the raw material we will sending to the supplier, right, that is called as a components. So the components nothing but the raw material. Okay, so here the raw material is this one. Now go back. So raw, you can just with the description you can see it, FG and RH. RH means raw material, RM is a raw material, and FG is a finished product. So PO will be created for the finished product and purchase info record also will be maintained for the finished product. The components will be maintained for the raw material. You have to understand this 2 point. Okay. Now, so we have a raw material and we have a finished product. So our raw material is, let's copy this. So we need to have a two things. One, we need to have two materials. One is finished material, that is fourth material. So fourth material is we already have this. Now we also need to have raw material. So raw material is RM Maida. So let me add it here. Okay, this is the raw material. Now if you go to PO, you will see that raw material here. So we need to add on the components. Okay, this is we got it, the material. Now we have everything. Now source list also done. So now we will start creating the order. So before creating the order, so what are we doing? We just have to create a PO. So before that, we have to see if this raw material has the stock in our storage. Usually the stock will be available in our system. But as for the testing purpose, we have to see whether stock is available to send to the supplier. So the transaction code is to check the stock. MMBE. Go to MMBE, enter raw material, because you need to send the raw material, right? So we have to check stock for the raw material. RM, execute. Oh, sorry, it's wait. Okay, so there is no, there's no stock exist. For that, we have to add a initial stock. So we call this during any implementation project and all, you will be doing this, adding the initial stocks. For in real time scenario, for subcontracting order, the raw material will always will be there in the plant. So right now, we don't have, so I'm adding it. But in real scenario, this will not be the case. We will not be adding this. Now I'll show you, but this is also the one of the process which you have to learn. If you go to any project during a project and all, initial stock they will load it. Physical whatever available, they want to load to the SAP, so they follow this process. Okay, so they will also ask how to load initial stock, what is the movement type it is used. So you can know this process. In Migo transaction code, go to Migo, then enter goods issue, and this use as other. So you'll have lot of other options here. You have to select goods issue, other, then year, select 561 moment type. So this is also one of the interview question. What is the moment type for initial stock? You should say 561. So let me type it here. Initial stock. Initial stock load. Migo. Using Migo. Goods issue. 561 moment type. Okay. Now it will ask, okay, so the same transaction code, most of before in ERP we had lot of other transaction code. For example, we had slash and MB1C. So now that transaction code does not exist, it is absoluted. So now in S4HANA we should use only Migo transaction for all this, only one transaction code. So it made your life more easier. So you have to just remember the moment time. You don't have to remember most of the transaction code. Just remember Migo is a transaction code for everything. So now it comes over here. Let me hide this. It is asking which material you have stock. So what I'll do, I'll go and take this maida wheat. Okay. Then quantity, I need some 10. Where you want? I want for plant KR55. And under which location it will ask. If you are not entering, it will anyway ask the error. So let's say not this raw material. uh, so for this storage, click on check button, item okay. So let's click on the tick. So there is no error, tick is enabled. Now I'll click on post. Okay, so now document has been created. If you go to stock, it was nothing was available here. Just click on refresh. See now the stock has been added. So now we have a stock to send to the supplier, right? So for that, first what you have to do, you have to create a purchase order. So for the purchase order, now we will go back. So you know the transaction code, right? ME21N. So we have to create a purchase order and click the vendor, enter the vendor, and here KR05. KR05 is our plant purchase order, and material, I'll use finished material, right? So finished material, let's take, because we have to create a PO for finished material. So copy, enter the quantity, and plant. So plant is KR55. See, when you click enter the plant, the company code by default comes in because we have already did the assignment for plant and company code. So once you enter the plant, by default, the company code will appear. Okay. So now enter net price. So it's asking the net price. Okay. Okay. Yeah, 55. Okay. It is saying enter because why it is asking price. Let me show you. We have not selected it is thinking is a standard PO, but this is not a standard. This is a consignment PO. So now you enter L here. So we have already seen the standard. Now we are doing the subcontracting. So subcontracting item category is L.
Ma'am,
This is also one of the interview. Yeah.
over here there is no pipeline. Huh?
For pipeline, we won't create the purchase order.
Okay. Done, ma'am.
Yeah. So directly we'll do the goods receipt.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is you remember for L item category. What is the item category for subcontracting? So you should say it's L. So double click on that. Now you click on enter. See the price has got picked because it is picking from the purchase info record by default because before we didn't enter this. That's why it was giving an error. So tax code not valid. Okay, let's see what is the valid tax code. Input tax. Let's try this. Okay, this is also not valid. Okay, in this PO, what they have done, let's see. Invoice VN. They have accepted. Why it is giving error here? This is the problem. We will have one or other issues. Vendor code is 3003. Okay. We'll add the components. Let's see. So go to components. Here, what all the things which you have to send to the supplier, you have to add it here. So in this case, the components material is RM wheat actually it is. I'll change this later. I'll go to add wheat. Raw material. So we have to send the raw material and I'll send the one. So go back. So it has been added. Now if you click on this, the components error is gone. So now we have the error tax code error. So let's see why are we getting this. This is a finance error. So finance team has to do this. Okay. We will try all the tax code. Let's see. Because the other scenario we see the PO is already created with using same tax code, but in our case we are getting that error. In between, someone would have already done some changes. Okay, I'll just try without tax code. Okay, so now what we did, we created a subcontracting purchase order using the item category L, and we have given the material. And here the important point, whenever you use subcontracting, this button will appear. So if I remove this, if I go to material, see this components explode bomb is bill of material will not appear. It will appear only when you enter the subcontracting orders. Now you go here material, see components explode bomb. So it appeared. Not possible to determine any components. Okay, now again I have to enter this. Okay, now go back. I'll just change this to 2 finished quantity and raw material 1. Okay. Now this component explode as I shown only it appears when you create the L, otherwise it will not appear. Okay. So now that's it here. So nothing else. So what we did, we entered the item category, material number, plant, the price got defaulted, the quantity we have entered, and here at item
Ma'am,
date.
Actually, Banu is
Mhm.
joining, ma'am, but his link is not able to access, ma'am. Like,
Sorry?
no one is allowing him to join, ma'am. Banu is trying to join.
Okay.
Okay, whom should I talk, like Rashid or what?
Yeah, you can just ask him to share the link to him,
No, no, the
the
link has
meeting
been
link.
there, ma'am. Like,
Okay.
who is the admin of that group, ma'am?
The Rakshit team, Rakshit sir only.
Rakshita. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
fine.
You can
He is not
ask
able to
him.
get in.
Oh, is it? Okay, okay.
Oh,
You can ask him to share the link to again once more, one more time.
no, he has the link, but he is not able to get in.
Mm, ask him to check with Rakshit sir.
Okay.
Yeah, he's admin, so he must be knowing it. Because yesterday even I tried it. There was a two link, not to use the old one. Yesterday he shared me one more link day for yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. Shall I start or you want me to stop?
No, no, you can start. You start.
Okay. Yeah. So now we have added the components. Now PO has been created. So I'll click on save button. So once you click the save button, copy this PO. Let's paste it here. So PO has been created. So what is the next step? So we have created the PO. Now we have to send the raw material to the supplier. Okay. So for that, he has to do his work, right? For that, we have to send the material to supplier. Again, for that, we have to send a raw material to him. So apart from the standard process, this is one step is getting added for the subcontracting. So that is sending the raw material to him. For that, we will be doing the goods issue. Okay. So like we have to send to him. So we will do, see, you have goods issue when we have initial stock. Now do the transfer posting and click on the other. So we will use 541. So this is also one of the questions. So how are we sending the stock to the supplier? So you can tell that via transfer posting, we will be using the 541 moment type and we will enter the details. So what is the material we have to enter? For example, we will enter the raw material. Okay, before that, let's go check the stock. Before sending, let's see how much we have. Execute MAB material and the plant. So right now we have 10. Okay. And let's check the stock for the finished product. This is our finished product, FG material. So for this, let's check stock. So on order stock, we have some 100 and 2. Okay. Now we'll go back to goods issue, sending the stock under KR. From KR5, we have to send the stock using 541 moment type. Then material, it is already picking. Quantity, how much you want to send. So I want to send one, where just click on check button. So you'll get to know if you are missing anything here. Check, enter location. So from where you want to send, it is asking. So just click this, raw material, enter. See, it is a ROH storage location. From here, we need to send it. So that is the storage location I have selected. Now again, click on check button, enter a vendor for special stock. So now vendor partner. So our vendor is 3033. 3003. Now click on check again. Enter vendor for a special stock. Vendor number is there. Loading goods receipt. Okay. So here in the partner we have entered the vendor. So we also have to enter the vendor on the destination. So once you enter, the document is okay. So what you do now, I'll repeat again. So we have created a purchase order. Now we have to send the raw material to the subcontracting vendor. For that, we have went to Migo transaction code and we have selected goods transfer posting and 541 moment type. Let's enter here. This is goods issue for initial stock. Now here one step is added as I said, right? So the one step what we have added is, I'll just bring it down. Goods, raw material issue to supplier. So this we have added. For this again, you'll use the transaction code. Here you'll use ME21N and here use Migo 541 moment type. And this is done. Now this is what we are doing it. Okay. So this is it. Apart from the standard what we have seen, there we will not be sending any raw material to the supplier, but whereas in this case this step is added. So now go back here, the item is okay. Now just post it. Okay, now go back to stock. Now this is a raw material, just refresh. You see stock provided to vendor. So you had quantity 10 under your storage location. Now it is one stock we have provided to the supplier. So it is showing stock provided to supplier. So now what we will do, go back. So this step is done. So we have provided and the supplier is ready with whatever the requirement we have requested for him is ready to dispatch. Now he will send back the goods back to us, the raw material after finishing it. So it is again the same step like how we did in the standard order goods receipt. So again go back to Migo transaction code. So this time what we'll do, we are not doing the transfer posting, but we are doing the goods receipt. So we are taking back the stock back to us, right? So here you can use the 101, the same moment type what we used for the standard order. Just click on enter. Now here enter the purchase order. So before we didn't use the purchase order. Now you can use the purchase order here. Okay, this is our purchase order which we created for subcontracting. Copy this and go to here, enter. Okay, so now you have entered purchase order the same way the standard order how we did the purchase order, the same step. Now here click on check button. So you have not flagged. Okay, just click scroll down, click on OK. So we are bringing the subcontracting order. Okay, where 101 moment type, purchase order, partner. If you expand here, you will also see, you will see that finished product also coming back. Okay, it is coming back raw material. So now we're inverting as a, here you will monitor one thing. 101 we are doing the goods receipt. Below that for this raw material, it is also taking the 543, the moment type, because while sending to the goods, when you did the transfer posting, you have used 541. So now we are receiving it back. So that's why you're doing the 543. So here 101 and 543 both will come into picture. Okay, this is you have to remember in case of subcontracting. When we receive the goods along with 101, 543 also will come into picture. Okay, so now by default it just comes because we have done the 541 here. So it is the opposite for 543 is a invert. So now check if any other error, enter location. Okay, so you're coming back. So where you have to maintain that. So where, go to where, again go here. Let's say finished product. I need to store back it here. So I think it's some error. Okay, let's stock deficient. Deficient stock RM beat PR55. Okay, we have only one quantity. Check. Deficient of stock vendor relevant to one with PR55. Why deficient? We had a sufficient material, no. Okay, this is the second material. So to go here, click on down. Here, go to second line item. Line item 2. You should get all these errors. So you'll, it's a good learning. Enter 1. Check. Okay, see, because we have added the component as 1, right? So that's why it is saying. So you sent 1 and you have to receive 1 only. So now check button. So this is a warning. That's okay. Now click on post. Before posting, I'll show the stock here again. See, for raw material, it is showing we have sent to 1. So we are receiving it. So it should be 0 now. Okay. So I'll just post it. Okay, here posted. Now, if you refresh this, see that vendor is not there, which means you have already received it. So from vendor received it and raw material is only 9. Why? Because it is converted to finished product. Now, if you go and check here, you will see that. So that will get added here. You see, under the raw material moment type, we have added to show you. So now that one is getting added here. So it will come as a finished product. So under the finished material, it will get stored. Okay. So this is how the goods received will work. Any questions before I move forward to the next step?
Right now, no, ma'am.
Okay. You practice it, you might get it. So once you get, we'll connect again. Okay, now
Okay.
the goods receipt part is done. So what we did, goods receipt part is done and goods issue part is also done. So now coming back to the next step, that is the goods invoice receipt. It is again same step like how we did. So supplier has done his work, so we have to pay for him for whatever the work he has done. For that, again go back to Miro. So once you go back to Miro, invoice, enter the date. This is subcontracting. Let's say L item category. Item category. Now click on enter. Paste your PO. Before that, I'll just invoice date. I'll change to current date. Enter. Invoice party 300C. Invoice party means our vendor. Not defined. Okay. It says you see this error. Note down this error. You might come across this error. Vendor is not defined in company code, but the PO what we have created is not belongs to the this company code. If you go here, the PO what we have created is not belongs to, see, it's not belongs to company code 3101. It belongs to KR55. Why we are getting this error? Because when we created a standard order, previously whatever the PO you have created, by default it will take the company code from there. So you have to click on switch company code, KR55. So once you enter, again enter all the details, enter the PO number, click on enter. See, now it will accept, because before what it was considering 0001, because based on our previous history. So I had changed the company code. Now it is picking it. So the quantity, everything has come here. So just drag this here, balance. So always you see that balance here. Just copy. Don't copy the minus. Just enter here. Okay. Okay. Here we come this error again, because I don't know where we see the sample PO. It is already having that. Let's do one thing for this. Okay, we'll try this. Let's see, it will accept. Messages, error determination. Okay. Here we'll add some details. They made it mandatory, so that's why we're getting these errors. Click on this. Okay. Enter. Let's check any other error. Error account determination for this is all finance error. Tax code. Okay, we are getting this error. Otherwise, it has to get posted. The chart of account you're using, no role was found for account key for determining the account to be posted to. Define the account determination rule specified in customizing. Customizing, okay. What we'll do? V1, V0, 0 tax. Let's try this. Okay. So tax code is a mandatory. We have to enter. A0, V1, V0, V1. Let's see in this PO, reference PO, what tax code they have used. I think they would have used V1 only, but for us it is not accepting. Yeah, they have used V1. Okay, there is no issue. Let's, but don't worry about this. This is again the same step like what we used in standard order. So once you give a tax code, it will get saved. Then you will see the same step like this. So here, if you go, purchase order history will come. So because we did the GR, so you will see the GR here. And once we do the the IR also will come here because of this. Otherwise, the same step follows for IR also. See like this, GR and IR. Everything is fine except the tax code. It is giving error. Maybe after that someone has done some changes, so it is not accepting the V1 VN tax code. I can give a try for everything. Let's see. Okay, post back messages. V1 tax code also exists. Okay, let's try to delete row. Okay, I'll go back and do it again. Let's see if A0 accept. MIRO, Miro. This is the problem in testing systems. Okay. Then A0. Okay. Go to basic data. Copy the balance amount. 10. Paste it here. Enter. Enter business place account table. I think it is not accepting. Business place. So that error will go. Error account determination table key CGO. Okay, so don't worry about this. Just the tax code. It is not mapped correctly for this particular company code. I think someone has done some changes. So otherwise, it will just save it. Just you have to enter the PO and these details and enter the balance amount. That's it. Once you save it, you will see the invoice, something like this. So you will see the same thing data they also entered, date, period, tax code. So, okay, this part is done. So any questions on the subcontracting order?
Now, whatever you have done, this is for a subcontracting thing, right, Amma?
Correct, correct. It's for subcontracting. So this is
Most
a complete
probably.
process.
While I was doing that PRI, ma'am, like info to get that code,
Mhm.
okay. I
Mhm.
by mistake, no, I wanted to get into that instead of standard, I clicked subcontract. I think so.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. No problem. You can create one more, the same vendor, everything.
Okay.
Use the subcontracting.
Because when I started to copying your from the record, okay, when I click enter, it is
Uh-huh.
not getting in only, ma'am. It is saying that already created something.
Yeah. So use
That's
that different. Yeah, because it is already created. That's why you're getting that error.
yeah. After that, I was not able to move on, ma'am. That's why it got me stuck.
Okay, okay. You try some other series, like
Okay,
take something else.
okay, ma'am. Okay, fine.
Yeah, just copy some other material, some other vendor, just extend that.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the subcontracting process. Now we will do the consignment process. Okay, so consignment order. Do you have some time or you want to continue tomorrow?
I think
I
it's
mean,
enough,
next
ma'am.
class.
I
Enough.
think yeah, because we
Yes, ma'am, it's
already
enough.
Yeah.
we are not able to
We should
find that
still
first thing
practice
only.
this.
Yeah.
Okay, tomorrow just please try get some time and practice everything. Okay, the complete cycle.
Okay, ma'am.
So
Okay,
next
fine.
class we'll do other orders.
Okay, ma'am. Fine.
Yeah. Any other
Okay.
questions?
Nothing, ma'am. If you are free, ma'am, like one of us will share the screen and
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
just
we'll do that next
quickly can we
class.
do something?
Yeah, sure, we can do that. You can share like you both work together, practice it. Whatever the error you have, just try to take some reference PO. Like I showed you, go to ME2L, enter those
Hmm.
details, reference PO, and for me also today I was trying 0001. I got error, so I couldn't move forward. So I went those
Okay.
send those screenshot to Rakshit sir to set up something. So now I use something which was already exist. Okay, there also
Hmm.
again someone has already done some changes, because if you see vendor tax code was already used and they created the invoice, whereas we try to do that we got error. So that's okay, but just try to understand the process. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
yeah. You just practice tomorrow. If you're stuck anywhere, try to check the reference PO something already exists correctly. Then you can use that.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
standard, I think we should not have any problem. Like we can use the 0001 and 0001 plant and purchase org. So you will not have. For subcontracting, we are getting stuck.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Then have a nice
Okay.
weekend. Yeah. Take
Yes,
care.
ma'am.
Bye
Thank you,
bye.
ma'am.